your heart. Keep it in your pocket for safekeeping. Don't ever let nobody be the reason.
I can be seen. Hey, you guys. Hey. I know it's been a while since my pretty face was on the video. Yo, I wasn't even gonna make a video today, okay? But I was talking to my youngest daughter, and she kind of inspired me to keep going. It's been rough, y'all. I was downstairs eating, and I was like, well, kept saying to myself, because that's all I do is watch YouTube videos all day long. And something just kept telling me, go upstairs and record a video. Just record a video and just upload it. So that's what I'm going to do. This video is going to get uploaded as soon as I'm finished. And I just wanted to, I have been videotaping, but I just haven't been, like, inspired. You know, like, I almost feel like I'm letting myself down, or I let myself down. So let me just go back and tell y'all. So I had lost about 1.5 pounds on Weightwatchers. I started Weightwatchers. I don't even know where I left off in my other videos, but we just gonna start here, okay? If I hadn't said it, I think I did, that I started Weightwatchers, right? Doing good. I was so excited. I don't even know if I put that video up. I have to go back and look. But I had lost 1.5 pounds, or pound. It was like 1.7 pounds. And I was so excited. I was so elated. And I was like, okay, Weightwatchers is what I'm going to do. I'm doing Weightwatchers, right? And I was fine with that. Because that week when I started, I think I had said I was just going to do it because they give you a 2-week trial period. I was just going to, you know, see how the trial period went. And if it did, I was just going to go ahead and get the yearly plan. So, well, 1 week, then here come Thanksgiving. So I was like, I'm going to try to be good during Thanksgiving, right? But I'm still exercising. Let me just say this too. I'm still walking. Matter of fact, I'm going to go walking today. But I'm still getting my steps in. The day of Thanksgiving wasn't a problem, okay? Let me just be very clear. The day of Thanksgiving wasn't a problem because I really didn't eat a lot. I tasted what I cooked, and then when it was time to make the plate, I didn't even eat everything that was on my plate. So it was the day after, and then after that, okay? And this is the real deal about trying to change any bad habits in your life. A lot of times we have these bad habits because we have them because we're trying to cope with different things, right? The next day, I'm feeling good. This is where it went downhill. So I have I call her Auntie Mom, and she's my mother's sister. So we haven't had a great relationship in my adult years. It's always been touch and go. It's always been, she say something insulting and I just don't deal with it. Like, I'm the type of person where if I feel like you're too toxic, except for my kids, me and them can go to battle. You know, we have gone to battle. And I'll put up with my kids more than I will put up with anybody else, because those are my babies. But at the end of the day, I don't really, like, go back and forth with people. And the funny part about it is people will label me as being this crazy one, or this one that just spazzes out all the time. And I'm really not. What happens is, when you do something or say something to me that I feel like is insulting, I defend myself. And you might not like it. Well, I didn't like what you said to me, okay? But I'm not this person that, you know, it's been a long time since I even put my hands on anybody. So I'm not one of these physical type people. I say what I have to say, and then I'm done. And then if I feel like we can't come to a mutual thing, or I feel like it's going to keep going back and forth, I'll just walk away, right? And I will go ghost. I probably am the ghosty of the ghostess, okay? I will leave. You will be like, but damn, you're not even going, nope. I'm not even going to go there, okay? Because I've had too much trauma in my life, and I'm at a point, and I've always been this, I don't want to be that. I want to remove myself from the trauma, right? Okay, so let me come back. Let me bring it back in. So, but in my family, we have a lot of trauma. We have a lot of things that has happened to each and every one of us, right? But as far as my mom and my auntie mom go, they're sisters. They grew up together. So my auntie mom has seen that she's been in it, right? But she feels as though, and this is my opinion, that she's above it. Like she's above, she don't need therapy because of what happened to them in the past. She don't need, it doesn't, sometimes she kind of like fabricates the truth about really what happened with a lot of stuff. I don't know what that comes from, whatever. But I'm the type is, I know what's going on. I know who I was. I know who I'm trying to be. I even know who I am. I know how my temperament is, and I work on it. I try to work on it every day. But if I find out that I'm in a relationship with someone, whether it be an intimate relationship or a friend relationship or a family relationship, if you take me there, I don't want to go there, so I will remove myself because I know how I am. So let's go back to the day after Thanksgiving, Friday. Let me just go back a little bit more. So she lives in Georgia. I live in Maryland. So her husband just passed away. Well, not just passed away, but her husband passed away about a year ago. Over a year ago. August, to be exact. I think it's been over a year. So when I found out that he passed away, I drove down to Georgia to spend time with her. I think I stayed about a week, a little bit more than a week. And then I drove back home. So when I was, when we were communicating about coming down there, she was kind of telling me the history of the family. Because, again, I'm really like, we really wasn't talking like that. She would send me cards. We might send texts or stuff like that. But I don't know her husband's side of the family. I didn't even know at this time how many kids he had. I didn't know what he had, boy, girl, 2 boys, 2 girls. I didn't know any of that, okay? So, but during this time, I got all the information from her about what was really going on. How, some things was going on from the ex-wife, and the daughters was involved, and they didn't like her. And it was like, okay, well, no matter, I'm coming to support you. And so these people were coming down, of course, to their father's funeral, but they were bringing their mother. They wanted the mother to come to the house, and my auntie mom was like, no. After all of this stuff this lady's done, I don't want her in my home. And I agree with her. So they were kind of like upset with her because she didn't want the lady to come in the house. That was her story. That was her side of the story. I don't even know these people. I don't even know their side of the story. They could have had a whole nother different point of view, and I don't even know it. But my thing is, this is my family, and my family comes first. So, while I'm not going to be rah-rah with you, and I'm going to be like this. And that's exactly how it was. I don't get down. I just don't get down with the fakeness either. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, hi, how are you? Hi. No, if you speak to me, I speak to you back. But if you don't, oh, well. And that's exactly what happened with a couple of them. Like one of the daughters, we were actually in close proximity, and she didn't even know who I was. But when she was told who I was, she wasn't like, oh, I didn't know. Hi, who? She just kind of like, and I was like, and that was it. And I was fine with it. Like, it didn't hurt my feelings. I was cool with it, right? So, everything went fine. Like a couple of them spoke to me, and it was cool. I think even their mother spoke to me, and I spoke back. It wasn't nothing like we were about to fight, you know what I mean? Like that. It wasn't nothing like that. So, let's fast forward to now. So, they're military, and my auntie, his one wish, the husband's, my uncle, I call him my uncle, his one wish was to be buried in Arlington Cemetery. So they've already cremated him, but so she wanted to bury his ashes. So her problem was she didn't want to fly, and so she was gonna drive. And I was like, well, are you gonna drive with somebody up here? She was like, no, just me and the dogs, blah blah blah, and I don't want to leave the dogs. I said, well, look, I'll fly down, we'll drive up, do what we gotta do, spend for family. You can, go off, do what you gotta do, and I'll drive back down with you and fly back home. Oh, she was so ecstatic, so happy. Oh my gosh, she was like, girls trip, and I was like, girls trip. So I was like, okay, cool, we can, bond and whatever. And then, to be honest, like the last few conversations that we've had have been really positive. Like, I don't speak about negative people. She brings it up, but I kind of like subside it, kind of curb it. And I might get into a little bit like, well, for real? Really? But I don't like dig deep into it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about other people's lives because my life ain't no better than nobody else's life. Okay? I'm trying to get myself together. So the conversations have been really positive other than that, right? But I didn't really pay any attention to it. I didn't really pay any attention to how she would always just bring up people to talk about. Mouth getting dry. So that was that, So come Friday, I get this long text. She is habitual long text. We can get to the point where she has an Android and you gotta click on and look like a whole full old email. Whatever. Sometimes I don't even read them half. I just skim over. But this one I read. So I went walking and I started reading the email. The text message. And she goes on to say, I guess she had a great Thanksgiving and something about one of the kids. One of the guys I really like. Him and his family, his wife. They're beautiful people. Those are the ones that I really kind of like bonded with. But, and then she goes on to say how, well, those are my kids and my husband would have wanted us to be family. She's like going, like a whole 360 about these people other than one of the oldest sons because he's always been supportive. He's always been there. So I know about him, but I'm like, but you were just talking bad about these other ones. So I'm reading, and then she says, you don't be treating them like it's us and them. All of their family's going to be there, and I don't want... So anyway, the basis of the text message to me that I felt was that she was trying to prevent me from starting a problem or starting mess. So I'm like, okay. So when I text her, I said, you know what? If you feel as though I'm going to be a problem, I won't go. Let's just cut me out. We're not even going to do that. We're not even going to go into this and that and you afraid and you on pins and needles and all that. I'm going to take that burden away from you. I won't go. So we kept going back and forth. And I was like, well, if those are your kids, put them in your will. Like, you keep talking to me about a will and all this other stuff. And the whole purpose of you having a will and so forth is so they wouldn't get anything. But I'm like, leave me, like, do you. Like, do whatever it is that you want with your kids. Have your kids come get you and drive you 6 hours, 7 hours. And then drive you back another 7 hours, okay? Do that. Like, I don't want to hear that stuff because to me, this is what I felt. And here it is, again, somebody putting something on me that's not true. Like, you're not going to, like, that's your sister that you're talking about, my mother. That's not me. I don't just jump on people. That's your mother you're talking about, not me. Don't get it twisted. Like, lady, I'm 50 years old and you don't even know half of my life. You don't know what I've been through or what I've been going through or how smoothly my life has been going. So we kept going back and forth, but it was like bugging me. And so I called her and I said, let me just ask you something. I said, just hear me out. I said, because I don't know where this is coming from. Like, it's over a year. I said, I didn't act that way at the funeral, so why are you telling me this now? So and I said, well, are you telling them the same thing? Like, are we all supposed to be on good behavior, or is it just me? I said, because let me just say something to you. And I said, sometimes you say things that are insulting. But she's cutting me off, and I'm not, and she's getting, and then she says, because your sister said that you were going to jump on the youngest girl. I'm not going to say the names. The youngest girl. And I said, what the heck are y'all talking about? When did I say I was going to jump on anybody? I don't even know this lady to be jumping on her. For what? So she's on the phone. She going off. So I said, hold on a second. Three-way. Called up my sister. Soon as she heard I said, okay, so she's on the phone now. Tell her what you told me that you said that I said. She, and hangs up the phone. Hangs up the phone. Why would you hang up the phone? Like, let's get this straight, because I never said that. So me and my sister started talking, and she said, that's not what I meant. She said, this, first of all, this is over a year ago. So why are we talking about this now? Did you jump on? And I said, that's exactly what I said. And she said that what I said was, because she had been talking so bad about them, and then all of this about them coming down, and she was nervous about them coming down with the mom and stuff. She said, Charlene is not going to take that. Charlene is going to stand up and do what needs to be done. Okay? She said, I never said you were going to jump on anybody. But she said, if she would have stayed on the phone, I could have explained to her what I meant. And, so we were talking, and then, just coming to find out, just back and forth talking about people and saying this, and then, just finding out different things. And I was like, you know what? I said, sister, you got the patience. I don't have it. I said, I can't deal with the trauma of it. So I'm going to remove myself from anything. And you can deal with that. She can put you in the wheel. She can do whatever she wants to. But I'm blocking her on all communications. And from now on, I don't want, unless I can become stronger or unless something else happens down the line, right now I can't do it. And I'm going to tell y'all why I can't do it. Because what happened was, I felt bad that whole weekend up until maybe like a day or two ago. I just felt bad because I'm like, all of these emotions started coming back on me, and about my past. And I'll talk about that in another video, but I just wanted to go into the whole eating thing. And so I just ate. I didn't really care, and I was thinking about stuff, and I felt down on myself, and I just ate. So come Saturday, I didn't even want to weigh myself, but I was like, let me go ahead and weigh myself. I had gained 6 pounds. Probably from that one day, because mind you, before Thanksgiving, I didn't have none of the stuff. So I wasn't eating nothing. I mean, I had stuff on the side because I had went and bought the stuff that I was going to make with, I had. But I wasn't even eating anything until that Thursday, until then. And I threw out the stuff on Sunday. But from Thursday to Friday and then Saturday, 6 pounds. So I was devastated. I was just devastated, and I was embarrassed. And I'm like, but again, I have to continue to tell myself this is a process. This is a process, and I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm human, and I'm going to figure this out. If I quit, I will never get to the finish line. I will never get to the finish line. And this is something that I want to be. I want to be 150 pounds. I want to be, and maybe that's too low, but at the end of the day, I want to be at a weight where I feel good about myself. I'm happy with myself when I look in the mirror, when I put on clothes. I know exactly how it feels because I was there before. So I know exactly where I want to be again. And I'm going to be there. Of course, I'm going to have to learn how to deal with stuff like that. And maybe I can just talk to you guys, and, maybe that'll be my therapy. Because, to be honest, me talking right now makes me feel better. I just can't stop. I can't. And to anybody out there who's going through the same thing, you can't stop. You just can't stop. Things are going to happen. Trauma's going to come. Your past might come back up in your face. But you are more important than all of that stuff. Like, I'm more important than any of that stuff. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm going through stuff, and I'm thinking about myself. I'm really focusing on myself. And what's going to make me happy. And if it's getting rid of toxic people or if it's getting rid of certain people in my life, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of those people. So, like I said, I'll tell more stories maybe at a later time about my past, and because I'm sure other people has gone through trauma, and you know, sometimes you just need a listening ear. Sometimes, like I was listening to this girl. Hold on a second. This lady. Her Instagram name is Journey to Wonderland, and I'll put it here. And she says, I'm gonna try not to tear up. But when I read this, this is another thing that helped me, and I read this yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday I read it. I'm incapable of building habits. I can do something every day for an entire month, then wake one day, decide I'm over it, and never go back to it again. I can't tell you how many times I've said this. I was fully convinced that something in my brain was clearly misfiring because I just couldn't seem to grasp this consistency thing. What did I say in my first video? Thing that appeared to come so naturally for others. Fast forward a few years and a shitload of growth later, I now realize that the issue wasn't the anatomy of my brain or its capabilities. My real problem was the limiting beliefs and negative thoughts that were clouding my view of who I was created to be. Hold on, y'all. Once I shifted my mindset and truly committed to the process of self-discovery, I was finally able to be consistent on my journey and lose weight for good. When I read this, I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Give me a second. Like, a lot of us think social media is just for fun and whatever, but it really is helping other people. And this is my whole purpose of doing YouTube as well, is like, if I can help myself through the process, then I know I probably can help. I can help other people. And that right there is me. And we don't realize that a lot of us are going through the same stuff. Even if it's not weight loss, it could be anything else. But we are all tied to each other in some form or fashion. But the problem is when you don't believe that. Like with my auntie mom. She don't believe that me and her are the same. She believes that I'm beneath her. And she said that to me. And that was another thing that I felt bad about, because I'm like, I know I'm not beneath. And so so that's how you thought of me. Like, you really thought of, you see me as below. You see me as your own niece, your own so-called daughter. You see me as something below you, and you're over top of me standing there looking like you're but you're the same, lady. You're going through the same issues, the same mental problems, probably worse because you've seen worse. Okay? I didn't see as much as you and my mother saw or felt or endured. But we're all going through the same stuff. And if you don't believe that, if you can't see the power and connection of people, then you will be in the same place, because we all need each other. We all can learn from each other. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to do some more videos, but I just want to put up one today just to give an update of where I am. But I'm back and I'm good, and I'm going to be good. All right? All right. Peace.